Angel Reese just did something even the WNBA couldn't ignore. It wasn't a cheap foul, a side eye, or even another media snub. No, this time she walked straight to the sideline and slapped a clipboard clean out of her coach's hands, on live television, in the middle of a game. Not from an opponent, not from a rival player, from her own strength and conditioning coach, the person literally paid to keep her healthy and performing at her peak. And the worst part? No apology, no explanation, no regret. Just Angel, walking off with her signature don't care expression, as if the rules don't apply, as if she's above accountability, as if she's still the Bayou Barbie commanding the spotlight no matter the cost. But this time, the spotlight isn't cheering, it's scorching, because that slap wasn't just a meltdown, it was a warning sign, a public, undeniable display that Angel Reese might be spiraling. The league responded, the fans erupted, and what started as a close game quickly turned into a defining moment, for all the wrong reasons. Let's rewind the tape, because what just happened may have changed everything for Angel Reese, and possibly the future of her career in the WNBA. It all happened in a flash. Tuesday night, the Chicago Sky are locked in a tight battle with the Washington Mystics. Emotions are high, the game is slipping away, and Angel Reese, visibly frustrated, heads to the bench. What happens next sends shockwaves across the league. Without hesitation, Reese storms over to the sideline, locks eyes on her strength and conditioning coach, and smacks the clipboard clean out of his hands. Not a love tap, not a gesture of frustration, a full-on, forceful slap. The clipboard goes flying. The coach freezes in disbelief. The crowd goes silent for half a second before the internet detonates. Within minutes, the clip is everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, fans watching it on loop, captioning it like a meme. Did she really just do that? This ain't basketball. It's WWE. Bayou Barbie lost her damn mind. And the footage leaves zero room for debate. There's no camera angle that saves her. No slow-motion replay that softens the blow. It's all right there. The frustration, the aggression, the complete disregard for who's standing in her way. And here's the thing. This wasn't some heated altercation with an opponent. This wasn't a hard foul or a bad call. This was her own coach, a staff member, someone who has no power in the outcome of the game, and yet somehow became the target of Reese's fury. And she didn't flinch, didn't check on him, didn't explain a thing, just walked away like it never happened, like it was her right to act that way. But the cameras caught it, the fans amplified it, and suddenly the entire WNBA had a decision to make. Keep letting it slide, or finally say enough is enough. Angel Reese didn't just make a mistake, she shattered the image she's spent years trying to build. This is the same player who's been promoted as a trailblazer, a role model, a modern-day icon for young women in sports. The so-called Bayou Barbie turned double-double queen, supposedly leading the next generation with style, grit, and charisma. But leaders don't throw tantrums when the game gets tight. They don't slap the tools out of a coach's hands like a spoiled kid at a Chuck E. Cheese birthday party. And they definitely don't pretend like it didn't happen afterward, offering no apology, no explanation, not even a moment of reflection. What Angel displayed wasn't passion, it was entitlement. It wasn't heat-of-the-moment frustration. It was a total breakdown in professionalism. And you could feel it, even through the screen, that unmistakable "I don't care" face. The same expression she wears every time someone dares to criticize her game, her attitude, or her behavior. It's the face that says, "I'm untouchable. I've got fans. Try me." But the WNBA isn't just a stage for flashy branding and social media catchphrases. It's a league fighting for respect, for growth, for mainstream legitimacy. And this was a black eye. Not just for Angel Reese, not just for the Chicago Sky, but for a league that's already walking a tightrope between celebration and chaos. And while her fans rush to spin it, blaming refs, emotions, the pressure of the moment, there's a deeper issue here. Angel Reese isn't acting like a player who's leading a franchise. She's acting like a player who still thinks the rules don't apply to her. And if she keeps it up, the consequences won't just be a slap on the wrist. They'll be the unraveling of everything she worked for. Because eventually, even her biggest supporters are going to start asking, is this who we want leading the next era of women's basketball? Now let's talk about the part nobody wants to admit out loud, but everyone sees coming. Because if Caitlin Clark had done this, if she had walked off the court in a two-point game and slapped a clipboard out of her coach's hands on national TV, the headlines would have been instantaneous. Caitlin Clark snaps. Outburst raises questions about locker room chemistry. Is Caitlin Clark becoming a problem? You know it, I know it, the league knows it. There would have been fines within hours, suspensions by morning, think pieces by noon. And yet, Angel Reese, she gets silence, excuses, damage control. The same media outlets that will analyze every Clark facial expression like a forensic report suddenly forget how to type when Reese disrespects her own coaching staff. It's not just a double standard, it's a carefully protected narrative. See, when Angel acts out, it's called passion. When Clark plays with fire, it's called attitude. Angel gets to yell, flex, shove, tweet in all caps, and she's branded authentic. Caitlyn gets shoved, bodied, fouled, and booed, and she's accused of stealing the spotlight. Make it make sense. The WNBA is desperately trying to promote parity, but they're doing it by protecting one narrative while punishing another. And that's not balance, that's bias. And fans aren't blind. Social media lit up with comments pointing out the hypocrisy. If Caitlyn did that, they'd suspend her for a month. So Angel can assault a coach and it's no big deal? One gets branded mature while the other's protected like a reality star. This isn't about choosing favorites, it's about fairness. Because leadership, accountability, and respect should matter, no matter what name is on the back of the jersey. And right now, the league's silence is saying more than any press release ever could. If there's one thing Angel Reese has mastered, it's the art of never being wrong. After the slap heard around the WNBA, fans waited for a response, a post-game interview, a simple, "my bad." But what did we get? Nothing. No apology, no comment, no acknowledgement, business as usual. As if smacking a clipboard out of your coach's hands was just another Tuesday in Chicago. And when Angel finally did break her silence, it wasn't to take responsibility. It was to deflect. She took to Twitter, not with remorse, but with shade. Y'all be feeling too entitled, thinking y'all opinions matter about somebody else's life instead of minding your own business. Really? This wasn't a private meltdown. It was a public moment, on a national broadcast, watched by thousands live and millions after. And when that happens, guess what? People are allowed to react. But instead of owning the moment, Angel went right back to her playbook. Blame the refs, blame the media, blame the fans, blame the system, anyone but herself. Even her inner circle tried to spin it. It was a miscommunication. She was passionate. She just wants to win. Let's be clear. Passion doesn't give you the right to put your hands on someone else's equipment. And the coach she disrespected? That wasn't a rival. That was Ann Crosby, her strength and conditioning coach, the woman who helps her stay healthy, strong, and in game shape. And Angel treated her like she was disposable, like frustration was a free pass to lash out. That's not fire. That's immaturity. And for someone who claims to be the face of the league, the emotional engine of her team, the voice of her generation, Angel's refusal to own up to her actions is louder than any tweet she's ever posted. You can't grow if you never admit you're wrong. And right now, Angel Reese is running on zero accountability and running out of time to change that. For once, the WNBA couldn't look away. They've ignored a lot when it comes to Angel Reese. Media snubs, on-court taunts, even body checks that toe the line of sportsmanship. But this was different. This was physical aggression, not toward an opponent, but toward a coach. This wasn't hearsay. It was crystal clear, high-definition footage seen by millions. This wasn't a gray area. It was black and white, and the fans weren't having it. The hashtags came fast, the reaction videos faster, and the pressure unrelenting. The league had two options: act or look spineless. So, for the first time, the WNBA took a real stand. Reports surfaced within 24 hours that Angel Reese is facing formal punishment, potentially including a suspension, fines, and even mandatory behavioral counseling. And while her most loyal fans cried foul, veterans around the league nodded in quiet agreement. Because they've seen this before. They've watched promising stars implode, not because of talent, but because of attitude. They've watched teams unravel from within when one player refuses to be coached. And whether the league says it out loud or not, the message was clear. This can't continue. Not if we want to be taken seriously. The WNBA is finally realizing that protecting a star's ego can't come at the cost of the league's credibility. Because this isn't just about a clipboard. It's about control. It's about culture. It's about the message you send to every young girl watching the game, wondering what greatness really looks like. And if the league didn't act now, they'd be telling every player, coach, and fan that tantrums come with a highlight reel. Not consequences, but not this time. This time, Angel Reese is facing something she's dodged for months: real accountability. Let's just put it all on the table. Two rookies, two megastars, two faces of the so-called WNBA new era. But one plays like a professional, and the other plays like the league owes her something. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese came into the league with sky-high expectations, and record-breaking buzz. But the way they've handled pressure couldn't be more different. Caitlin Clark gets hacked every single game. body checked, elbowed, shoved to the ground, and what does? She gets up. No theatrics, no tantrums, no public meltdowns. She takes her bruises, does her interviews, and still finds a way to dish out 10 assists and drain 30-foot daggers from the logo. Angel Reese, on the other hand, the moment something doesn't go her way, whether it's a foul call, a turnover, or a close loss, the meltdown begins. She stomps off the court. She slaps a clipboard. She posts cryptic tweets. And when people criticize that behavior, the response isn't growth. It's deflection. Blame the refs. Blame the media. Blame anyone but herself. And here's the kicker. Angels fans still call her real. But since when did real mean reckless? Since when did passion mean no control? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets called arrogant for simply existing. She gets blamed for attention she didn't ask for and criticized for how she handles it too well. She doesn't slap coaches. She doesn't throw fits. She doesn't tweet vague shade at other players. She just plays, and plays at a level that's lifting the entire league. But the league's reactions, wildly different. When Angel lashes out, she's passionate. When Caitlin stands her ground, she's problematic. When Angel avoids media duties, it's silence. When Caitlin breathes too loud, it's headlines. And let's not pretend this contrast is subtle. It's glaring, it's public, and it's reshaping the conversation about what leadership actually looks like in the WNBA. One rookie is trying to elevate the game, the other, she's busy trying to win a popularity contest she already lost. And with every outburst, every excuse, every slap, Angel Reese is making that gap even wider. Not long ago, Angel Reese was the WNBA's marketing dream. She had the look, the confidence, the catchphrases. Bayou Barbie, double-double queen, unapologetic and unfiltered. She was built for the camera, destined for billboards, and hailed as the next big brand in women's sports. But now, that brand is starting to rot from the inside, because the same fire that made Angel stand out is starting to burn everything around her. And brands, they don't want drama. They want professionalism, poise, consistency. Right now, Angel's giving none of that. Instead, she's giving tantrums, walk-offs, and headlines for all the wrong reasons. Every new outburst chips away at the image. Every post-game meltdown turns another fan into a critic. And every time she refuses to take ownership, she makes it harder for anyone, sponsors, coaches, even teammates, to stand behind her. Angel Reese didn't just slap a clipboard. She slapped the credibility of every brand who backed her. And here's the thing. The league wants stars like Angel to succeed. They want outspoken players. They want energy. They want flair. But they don't want chaos. They don't want someone who burns bridges faster than she builds buckets. They don't want to spend every news cycle cleaning up behind a player who's supposed to be leading the next generation. You can have a powerful brand or a powerful meltdown, but you can't have both. And right now, Angel Reese is learning the hard way that once your behavior starts overshadowing your talent, people stop cheering and start backing away. Because you can only call yourself a leader for so long before people start asking, then why is nobody following you? Every great downfall starts with a warning sign, and Angel Reese has been firing flares into the sky for months. The tantrums, the walkouts, the passive-aggressive tweets, the public outbursts, and now, the clipboard slap seen round the league. This isn't just one bad night, it's a pattern, a slow unraveling of a player who once looked like she had it all. And the most dangerous part? She doesn't seem to care. No ownership, no humility, no real growth, just a steady stream of frustration and finger-pointing, as if the entire world is against her and the only one who's right is her. But here's the reality. You can only get away with that for so long. Eventually, fans stop defending, coaches stop trusting, brands stop calling. Because effort matters, accountability matters, character matters. And right now, Angel Reese is burning through her second chances faster than she's putting up double-doubles. She wanted to be the face of the league. She wanted the spotlight, the endorsements, the legacy. But when the pressure hit, instead of rising, she cracked. Instead of leading, she lashed out. Instead of growing, she blamed. And now she stands at a crossroads, keep spiraling, and become the cautionary tale no one saw coming. Or stop, take responsibility, and finally become the professional she claims to be. Because the truth is, the league is watching, the fans are deciding, and time is running out. This isn't about one game or one clipboard, it's about legacy, and Angel Reese is dangerously close to throwing hers away. So, here we are. One moment, one slap, one televised outburst that ripped the curtain off Angel Reese's carefully constructed image. The WNBA wanted stars. They wanted energy. They wanted a cultural icon. What they got was a ticking time bomb dressed in designer lashes, blowing up in front of a national audience. And this time, nobody can spin it. The footage is real. The disrespect was undeniable. The consequences are long overdue. Because if the league wants to grow, really grow, it can't keep covering for the chaos. It can't keep calling it passion when it's clearly a problem. It can't keep pretending that slapping a coach's clipboard is just another heat-of-the-moment mistake. It has to mean something. And for Angel Reese, it finally does. The punishment may sting, but the real pain will come from what's next. The lost trust, the growing distance from fans, the cold silence from teammates who are tired of cleaning up the mess. Caitlin Clark is showing up, getting knocked down and carrying her franchise with quiet strength. Angel Reese is showing out, throwing fits, and treating leadership like it's optional. Only one of them is acting like the face of the WNBA. And it's not the one slapping clipboards. This should be Angel Reese's breakout season. Instead, it's becoming her breakdown. And if she doesn't course correct fast, this moment won't be remembered as a wake-up call. It'll be remembered as the beginning of her downfall.